You know, sometimes you get surprised when you look at the completion rate of certain achievements on Steam.
Let's
Because
see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help.
you, the achievement for getting the first artifact, which I just recently acquired, was gained by like high 40% of people that played the game on Steam. Which honestly is pretty impressive. Anyway, we have another skit. Kisara's regimen. Thought I got everything.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Got a point.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Alright. I'm sure we have the ingredients for you, so let's get your butt up.
Oh?
Oh, it's that foodie again.
Yes!
I remember you. You're that young woman who's always starving. I haven't seen you since we last met in Elemenencia. You're the one who's always hungry. Anyway, I take it you found another recipe on your travels?
Very nice.
I most certainly did. I'm glad I can cut to the chase then.
Is that so?
Shion, who might this fellow be? This is Gordeno. He travels around Dana in search of new recipes to try.
You don't say.
A fine quest to embark on, if I do say so myself. My name is Dolim, kind sir. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
How?
Wow, the Dolim, Lord of Eldemenencia. It's an honor, my lord. Your beef stew was absolutely exquisite.
I see.
You honor me, kind sir. However, how is it that you came by the palace's top secret dish?
Hey!
Anyway, what does he need help from us this time exactly? Come on, spit it out. Alright. This time I'm looking for lettuce, apples, and lemons. Could I ask you to bring those to me? You have what you need.
Sure.
If that's all you're looking for, we've got it right here.
Nice work.
In that case, I'll give you the recipe so you fine people can cook it right away.
Oh?
Wow, this looks surprisingly simple. Even I might have a chance with this.
Very nice.
Wonderful. Then I'll leave the preparation up to you then. What are we even making?
Well?
Okay, it's all done.
Yes.
Oh, look at that beautiful dish. It smells just as divine too. Now to see how it tastes.
What?
Oh, this is absolutely exquisite. Exquisitely bad, that is.
What?
Really? I assure you that I followed the recipe for the so-called vitamin smoothie to the letter. Taste it for yourself and tell me if you're still confident in your concoction. Here. Alright, down the hatch it goes.
I don't believe this.
See what I mean? Makes you want to vomit, doesn't it?
All right.
Wait a second. I see a small warning affixed to the bottom of this recipe. Smoothies made entirely from veggies are recommended for experienced dieters only. Beginners should add fruit juice for flavor.
No.
Young miss, did you process only the lettuce? Even though I asked you to prepare the apples and lemons as well.
Sure.
Oh, come on. Who's going to notice a stupid warning label that tiny?
Really now.
Lesson learned, Shion. I'll just have to add fruit and attempt this once more. And that will be absolutely exquisite.
Yes.
Very well, let's take it from the top.
What?
Well, this is absolutely exquisite. Comparatively speaking, at least.
What?
You still don't sound all that enthused. Is this really the best recipe that Mahag Star has to offer? I believe so. When I heard about this, it made me think of what I saw in Menancia. That combination of fruits and vegetables, it reminded me of Danins and Renins living together. I thought this recipe might capture such harmony.
Very nice.
If nothing else, it's the most healthy recipe you're sure to find out there. Indeed. I shall be sure to drink it so as to ensure that that precious harmony lives on, even within the confines of my stomach.
Yes.
Oh. Well, that was satisfying enough for the time being. I can now leave this realm with no regrets. Yeah, goodbye. Actually, one more glass before I leave. Glutton's Maze.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Pull the sword from the stone. Oh, okay, just walk over it. That's one way to do it. I had a feeling. So we can toggle these on and off now. Awesome. Let's see, Glutton's Maze, cooking effect boost 1. The stone slab features the drawing of a maze. It's fucking Pac-Man. As for the rear side, the inscription reads, "The golden glutton shall devour all in the maze." Yeah, that's about right. Let's see. Quivering candles, more ore. A handful of candles, flames a sway. With their light when their light expires, so too will the life of the warrior who seeks a divine artifact. Or so it is said. Oh, it even lists the source at the bottom there. I didn't notice that before.
Gotta break through. You're mine.
Going in.
These ones can run rings around us. Here goes!
Dragon Swarm. I can carve through armor. I'm not done. Dragon Swarm. Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummel is to me.
Look sharp.
Take this.
Going
Not
in.
gonna get away that easy.
Sword Lane Alpha.
Dragon Meteor!
Take this.
I never miss!
It's over.
Dragon Shout!
You're mine. Dragon, prepare to be seized.
Glacial Spear! Do it, Shion! Go for it! Prepare to crumble! Think we overdid it? Not by a lot.
You're finished.
Look sharp.
Burn. Crumble. You're mine. I'm not done.
Glacial Spear! Make it ready! Here we go! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
New stuff. More peach shells that we just don't use up. Let's see. I guess we might as well set it up so we actually use those. Strategy. Here we go. Can they specify healing items? Nope. There. Now we'll use up those peach gels. Much cheaper than
An opponent like this should be easy.
I'm not
Burning.
Dragon Swarm!
Those items.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Airborne beast. My specialty.
Can't get out of this.
We got flyers.
I've got it. Let him march the
All yours.
Make it red. Get toasty.
Burn strike.
Right. Next one.
Already on.
I'm on it. I'm only getting started.
It's on!
Make it red. Get toasty.
Burn strike.
My turn!
Mana red.
Good shot! Sword Lane Alpha!
Grind and rend.
Dragon
Here,
Swarm!
do it, Shion. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble. That extra your training paid off.
What's this up here? Ooh. Haters.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Not today!
Where are you going?
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
I'll tear you apart. I'm not so good with airborne targets. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that day. Something you wanted to
Can you
say?
take care of them?
No sooner said than
Come
done.
and face me.
I'll finish you here and now.
We may get out of this alive after all.
Yeah, things were looking bad for a minute there.
I'm pretty sure we can handle anything.
Am I on a roll or what?
Oh yeah,
Well,
more
look
red,
who's in a
red
bright and
stuff.
shiny mood.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Cool shades. Retro sunglasses. Sunglasses with large, prominent lenses that harken back to older, simpler times.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Cave. Oh, there's a fishing spot and some kind of tower?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belonged to the Danans.
I'm hoping there's something good for just damage. But we need more SP. Good thing we have a source right here.
I'll do my best.
Here I come! Let's get it done! You're finished!
This
Severing
one's mine.
Wing!
Radiant fire.
Lunar Rondo!
I'm on it. This one's mine.
Take this!
This one's mine.
Crush! Too fast!
Stand back.
I'll trip it up. Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off.
Lunar Rondo!
Do it, Shion. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Now! You're mine!
Oh, hey! Ivy Master. More AG for him. Solitary captivity. Dolan lays a rock trap and leaps back. The trap goes off either when the enemy gets close to it or after a certain amount of time passes.
No complaints from me.
Ooh, rock. Astral ore.
opponent like this should be easy.
Shattering Lunar Hit! Attack time!
There! And again! Back into the fray!
I can carve through armor!
Mega Ray! Going in!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Dragon Form!
Here I come! Strike!
Radiant
I
here!
got
This one's
Take out!
mine!
End you!
Strike!
There! Got
Lunar Rondo!
Suicide
I got it! Let's do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Strike! Mirage! Take this!
Radiant
This
here!
one's
It's
mine!
over!
Watch this!
Radiant
If it's in the
blast!
sky, it's
Blow
mine!
away!
You can juggle them with raining slash
Wow.
if you get the timing right.
That was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over.
Stop memorizing my move.
We got big Zoogle over there. Let's play. Creepzilla.
Get lost!
You're mine!
I'm never careful! It has some kind of camouflage! Here, let me
I'll
help.
finish you here and
Can't
now!
get out of this.
I'll crush you!
Oh, off the bat with the missed start.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon storm!
Switch to Fury!
Burn!
Ready and rare!
Burning strike!
Here I come!
Spear!
I'm not done!
Hook shot!
Lunar Rondo!
Laser!
Talon hurricane! Hook shot! Glimmer dragon! I'm on a roll now!
It's over!
I'll tear you apart!
Take this!
On guard!
Lewis! You're mine!
On guard! I'll tear you apart!
Radiant
Not your finest!
You'll pay for that!
First aid!
Lunar Rondo!
On guard!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
I feel kind of funny.
Poison.
Yeah, you're looking funny too!
Right.
Here's a
I should probably do something about that. Lunar Rondo!
I'll cover you!
Do you require a hand?
This one's mine! I'll
Take
heal you
this.
all!
Lewis!
Swatting!
It's over!
Healing circle!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right. I'm not done!
I can carve through! Watch this!
You're mine!
Hook
I'm not
shot!
done! Burn in hell! You're mine!
This one's
Severing
mine!
wing!
How about this?
Hurricane thrust!
By the power of Thor!
Hurricane thrust!
I'm all stuffed up!
See what happened there as you crossed me!
Here's a
Shouldn't have done that!
First aid! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara! Ready to go! On guard! Here,
Take it.
let me help!
Whirlwind!
First aid!
I'll crush you!
Yeah, timing on that.
Lightning
Kisara's
reflexes!
boost getting back is
Tenebrous
very,
claw!
very bad.
Eat this!
Here's a healing
I'll
art!
eat you!
Here I come!
Thanks, Sion.
I'm dead!
Hurricane thrust!
Here's evil!
Here!
That's what I
Hurricane
get.
thrust!
You're shooting too high.
Time to let it rip!
Prepare to be sealed!
This one's mine! I'll cover you!
Mirage! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art!
It was nice.
First aid!
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right. Hurricane thrust!
Here's evil!
You made me angry.
All right.
That was a
Get up.
bad idea.
So this armor won't save you!
Wind! Hurricane thrust!
I've taken too many hits.
Hurricane thrust! Not today!
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Hurricane thrust!
Now I'm in the groove! Like you old Jack.
Make it move! This ends now!
Consider yourself
Not technically a big Zoogle, but a lot of HP.
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to
Ooh,
survive.
lizard fins.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
We need those lizard fins. Oh, hey, look. There's more than one on the map. Fun. You're hurt. Thanks. I was so caught up fishing, I didn't realize I was about to turn into bait myself. Sea bream. Ooh. Goddess of kindness. More AG for her.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this? Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Alright, let's go fishing with big quotation marks. Mackerel. A fish with thorny scales on its body, living with other migratory species, and usually its ripest period extends from spring to midsummer. I think we should see if that's a fast travel point over by the fishing spot there.
Let me help.
Take this!
First aid!
Here you go!
I feel like
Lunarongo!
steering split! Reload!
Rip and tear! You're on!
Glacial spear!
You're mine!
Here's the evil!
Thrust! Dragon shell!
Look sharp!
Your fist!
Switch to
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours
Come and
truly!
face me! Lunarongo! Dragon shell!
I'm all set!
You're on!
All finished
Come
here and now.
Prepare to be seen!
Which one's
Take
mine?
this!
By the power of
Move it!
lightning!
Take this! This is...
Let me help! First aid!
Mirage!
Look
Sword
sharp!
Rain Alpha! You're finished!
Which one?
Lunarongo! It's on!
Freeze!
Move escape! It's over! Death Blossom! You're mine! Move escape!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
Nothing new about
I'm
that,
not done!
Shion.
And still as humble as
Do
ever.
it! Don't leave! Blow them away!
That's a pretty fancy skill there.
All the better to protect you with, my dear.
Then I'll leave the front line to you.
Each gel. Bring it on. We need the scales anyway.
It's on! I'll smash you!
Win!
You're mine!
Hurricane Thrust!
This one is mine!
Now it's
Hurricane
through!
Thrust! It can hide itself? Amazing! Here I come!
Fantastic! Now my clothes
I'm
are
not
ruined.
done! No further!
Here's a healing
Here I come! Storm! Thrust!
Thanks, Shion.
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane
Confiscated!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Rip it!
Tear!
My whole body
See
feels...
what happened there as you crossed. Hey, need someone to take a look over here?
Sure, just be thorough.
Hey! I lost my focus.
It's over! Is this it? I owe you one.
If you help, hold on!
Now you see what I can do.
It's over! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Nicole!
You're mine! It's over!
Bring you back from death
Take
to
this!
this!
It's on! Strike!
I'll bring you back from
Hurricane
death
Thrust! Take this!
to this! Resuscitation! Here, let me help!
You're mine!
Felt fine not too long ago.
Take this! Strike!
Rip and
Hurricane
tear!
Thrust!
Can't get out of this.
Will this help?
Hurricane Thrust!
Not on my watch!
Tear! Hurricane
Good one for that!
What's this?
Tear!
Glacial
Move it!
spear! Here's the evil!
Knock it
I missed.
Going in. Leave the torch to me.
I'm not done! Tear! Hurricane thrust! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
I never miss.
Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Anything in armor is
Hurricane
all
thrust!
mine. On guard. This one's mine. How do you like being
You'll pay for
pounded
that.
into shape?
Take this!
Torn up.
It's so...
Searing flame. Reload.
Take this!
Searing flame.
Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Not done
Tear!
yet. Searing flame. How about
You're
this?
mine!
It's time. No further.
Look sharp. Here goes.
Hurricane thrust! Tear! Hurricane thrust! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield is for. Get behind
Get
me.
here!
Why?
I'll leave it to you!
Here's evil. Freeze laser.
Let you all down.
You won't
Stay
get
away
away
from my
with that.
friends! Take this! Wind!
Searing flame. Everything is going. And this one's mine. You're bruised all over. It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire.
I think Alvin's about to go down, isn't he?
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Oh, hey.
Where
Got
are
brought
you
back.
going?
Take this!
Do it.
Remember!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
And those things really take a lot
I
out of you.
need to be stronger.
Didn't even get any lizard skills out of it.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
What do you know? We're not at the ranch. Whatever happens to the city, even if it all comes crashing down, nature will keep doing its thing. Can we make new weapons now that we have those fins? We need the money. It always comes down to money. So, refined ground fang. Cool. Each swing carries enough force to make the ground beneath its wielder quake. It's kind of hard to keep your balance then, doesn't it? Let's see. Refined blackthorn or... You can't even get that. Hard spherical shell. That's rarity 6. You haven't even seen rarity 5 yet. Here, have that. Okay, we can make that if we have more money. See anything else we can make? We can actually make this if we have the money. But then we're out of lizard fins. The revised edition contains additional information. It makes for a harder book to read. See, this upgrade allows it to gather surrounding rocks to repair itself when damaged. Magic. Yeah, apparently doing this gets us some kind of progression, so I see no reason to not continue raising livestock.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Yep. Camp time.
Is there a reason you're looking at me so intently?
Shion's kind of turned into the local fashion critic in our group.
So this is what lords like you wear. Certainly looks the part.
Very Egyptian.
I can tell at a glance what high quality everything is.
It's not often Shion's that impressed. You wear a lot of rings too, don't you?
They were a gift, purchased rather cheaply, or so I was told.
What's your definition of cheap, exactly?
I believe it was around 100 to 200,000 gold.
What? If my wolf head cost 10 gold, then that'd mean... Holy crap! They cost 1,000 times more?!
10,000 times more.
If he sold those things off, I bet he could build a damn mansion with them.
At the very least, he'd never go hungry the rest of his life.
You're all beginning to sound alarmingly interested in my rings.
Counting the party's gold.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances, and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times.
Ooh, new artifact.
Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
The Earth Master Core.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master Core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Dark Wings.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danon hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black.
So what should we make for ourselves this time? CP after battle one might be really good. And we have more Seabream for the EXP boost. Why not?
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Try it. What are you doing,
Rinwell? Mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Hootle lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah, more than okay, really. It feels natural having Hootle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister. And Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hootle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Yes.
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hootle for a bit. Hootle, let me know if you sense anything. Another day, another Gald.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
We say fish?
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Yeah! Oh! Ah! 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 Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Yeah, if we look at that thing, we could see what we can get. Berserker Piranha? Oh, okay. They actually list which ones are easy catches.
There's a nice breeze here.
Reel it in.
Got it. Just barely.
I'll catch something bigger next time.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
But knowing that the lures attract certain fish, that's going to make it easier to get all that stuff together.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come! I'm on it! Through it! Wind! Hurricane thrust! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Look sharp.
Throbbed in pain.
This one.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous
Yeah,
claw!
probably should have swapped Kasar out for
I'm not done! It's time! It's over! Tear! Hurricane! Tear!
Well, I guess he's weak to wind, so who knows how effective that would be.
Here and now!
Not today!
I can carve through armor!
Severing wind! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Eagle fly!
Tear!
Not in your dreams.
Talon sword!
Hurricane thrust!
Switch to offense! Talon hurricane!
Take this!
Hear
All
my call.
hurricanes come to an end!
Take this!
He's dead!
Take this!
Down! Lightning tear! I'm gone!
Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Flaming meteor! I'll finish you here and now! Look sharp!
Is there no way out?
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friend!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Burn!
You require a hand.
Freeze lancer.
Here's one! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare demolisher!
Oh, this
Wind.
one's mine.
Tear! Hurricane thrust!
I never miss.
Tear!
In a bind?
I'll bring you back from
Far
death.
enough!
Like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Hurricane thrust!
Ready. Healing circle.
Can't end here!
Don't leave me all alone here.
I'm out.
This one's mine! Go away!
Resuscitation.
How about this?
Not done yet!
Swallow dead!
Oh, he's about to cast a spell.
Strike!
Searing flame.
Yeah! In the groove!
Hurricane thrust! Tear!
Shattering
Hurricane
up
thrust!
pieces!
So you can keep that on hand.
Armor won't save you!
Glacial spear. Here's evil. Freeze it.
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that! Try harder! Not a chance!
I'll end this with my own hands.
Ready to go! In a bind?
Wind! Hurricane thrust! Is this it?
I'll bring you back from death to this. Resuscitation. Here's a healing art.
Not done
Here,
yet!
let me help. Let the marksman handle this.
Talon sword!
Water, hear my call.
Talon hurricane!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Now in the groove!
I'll bring you back from death to this. Resuscitation.
Damn.
This isn't ideal. Here,
Thanks,
let me
Shield.
help. I never miss. I'm gone. Here's a healing art.
Look sharp! Far enough!
First aid.
Here I Tear! You require a hand. Take this!
First aid!
You're mine!
I'll fix you up.
Not today!
Recover!
Hurricane Storm! Hurricane Storm!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Give us the scales.
I still got a ways to
Or
go!
Fin. Oh, we got one. It's less than I would have liked. Let's see if we can run through here and not burn through all of our healing.
Here's a healing art!
Take this!
Shattering pieces!
Lunar Rondo!
There! Got you!
I hope this thing is medically approved.
Let me help.
Dragon! You're mine!
Appreciate the help. Armor won't. I'll finish you here and
You've got
now.
flyers!
I've got this! Let us march
Sword
in!
Rain Alpha! Severing you! All yours! Lunar Rondo!
Here I go! Dragon Shell!
Take this! I'm not done!
Dragon Shell!
To me. Now I'm in the groove.
Awesome! Lunar Rondo!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off!
Do it!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life. I'm even stronger than before.
Ooh. We're charged. I don't really know if the macros are used for anything. I don't think we got recipes for it yet. Also, our CP's pretty nice. Just noticed that.
Out of our way!
It's over!
Not on my watch!
Shield in a bind.
Here I come!
Win!
It's a duel of the arts!
You're mine! Dragon Form!
Take this.
The tide of battle
Now
has
you see
turned.
what I want. That's the power of comrades in arms.
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
What? No complaints here.
Here I go! I'm only getting started! I'm all stopped up!
Here I come! Hurricane! Blue escape!
Make it rain.
Frozen!
Hammer. Did you see?
Sure did. The part where you swung and missed, right?
Not that part.
In the box. Bouillabaisse recipe. The stew containing copious amounts of seafood. Any soup that happens to be remaining can be used to cook pasta or risotto.
Mahag Sar, a land where the winds scar and the clouds stretch far.
Kisara? What is he doing?
Reciting a poem, apparently. Just let him be.
Flap trap. A low-density metal lure. It relies on underwater drag to flap around and attract fish to it. Hey, you guys are being quite noisy.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'm not done! Not today!
How about this?
Good mess.
Glacial Spear! This one's mine!
Damn it!
Here, let me help!
Sword Rain Alpha! Okay. Take this!
Here goes! Glacial Spear! Pierce the evil!
Blue escape!
Freeze Landlord!
Dragon Form!
Prepare to be seized.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
Prepare to be seized. Actually, that sound is not appropriate.
Now I'm
Let's
real
talk in
mad.
your doing.
I'm on it!
Going in!
You're mine!
Going in!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Searing
My
flame!
turn!
All good things come to an end.
You're mine! Stardust!
Eat this.
Lunar Rondo!
Frozen!
Hammer.
Where's the bird?
Who?
On the other side, maybe? I don't really like the look of what's in there. But there's a chest. Let's see it. Its main thing is poison, and I believe it's dealing a lot of earth damage. Do we have stuff to resist it? That is when earth damage reduced. Guess that'll have to do. And we never made a immune to poison one. Well, he keeps that charm on. We do have a bunch of this, so I guess we might as well use it. Raises attack when used. Oh, Dolim's attack is actually really low. And his elemental attack is also pretty garbage. Red Sage greatly raises max HP. So it's just 100. Okay. Give it to Renwell. Balance out the HP. Herb that raises attack by 10. Screw it, let's just keep it making Alphen stronger. The elemental attack is a bit more iffy. Well, buffs are applied. That means it'll be incredibly easy, right?
Let's dispose of the trash.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Here's the healing art.
This one's all mine. Seismic Wheel. I'm on it. Devastation. Seismic Wheel.
That's what I get for shooting too high.
You're mine.
There you go. I feel like me again.
Do it!
Kisara. All yours, Kisara. Resurrect the earth. The last line. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. Take this. Wind.
There you are!
Anything in the hurricane thrust.
Here, let me help.
Tear. Hurricane thrust. Nice. Hurricane thrust. Tear.
Radiant
I can carve through. Finish you here and now. Tear. I'll tear you apart!
This one's mine!
Swallow dance! Severing wind!
Watch
The
and
picture
bleed.
of Can you take it?
Annihilate!
Too much! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Gonna chuck one of these.
Swallow dance! Resonate with the You're mine! I'm on a roll now! Eagle fly! I'll tear you apart! Tear! Swallow dance! This one's all mine!
Here's Eagle!
No further!
Freeze Lancer!
Take this! It's over! Catapult! Tear! Burn!
I think I'm coming down to something grave.
A chronic inability to read the room?
Formality door are fixed.
Gonna dodge into it.
Denied! Catapult! Armor won't... Nice
Here I
work!
go! Graviton field!
Hurricane thrust! Tear! Correct this one's all mine!
I lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Catapult! Now I'm in the groove! You picked the wrong fight! Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic fission!
Timed that one horribly.
Into the shadows!
Everlasting sun!
Mega ray!
Negative
Forgive me.
I
This is
never
my
miss!
fault. Another incantation ruined.
Now I'm real mad. Leave the chargers to me.
Lightning! Downfall!
Yeah, perfect timing. Huh?
In a vine.
Valid storm! Take this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! I'll finish you here and now! Hurricane thrust! Take care!
This is some punishment.
I'll tear you apart! An astral
That's
No, you
my
don't.
cue.
Do it! Shut him down!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Give us fins, please.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Blade of Sealing. A massive sword with a separate blue blade lodged deep within. These twin relics seem to hint at a very profound mystery.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Let's see, it's a new artifact, right? Blade of Sealing. 1 damage. Reduces all damage, both taken and inflicted, to just 1. Wow, that's a pretty boring relic, but I guess it's probably made for doing, like, exhibition-type combos. It has a purpose, I guess.
An opponent like this should be easy. I'll smash you! You're finished! Swallow dance! You're mine! Crush! Lunar Rondo! Far enough! Take this! Eat this! Lunar Rondo! What's this? Lunar Rondo! We've turned the tables on him.
You'll soon see about that.
Radiant here!
Take this!
Leave your snaring to me.
Yeah!
Ouch. I got down.
Get out of my sight line or you'll get hit!
Oops, right. Sorry. Thanks.
Can you
Take it.
Here
In the groove. Take any flight.
Lunar Rondo! Take this!
Where are you going?
You're mine! Kick off! Stardust!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Lunar
Shouldn't have
Rondo!
done that.
Radiant here!
We're thinning them out.
We, more like me.
I'll admit I'm impressed. Very slightly.
I'll crush you! Lightning
Banter
reflexes!
right into his
Tenebrous
Mr. Guard.
claw!
Well timed on that.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Hey there.
Hoo-hoo.
More funny glasses. Angry glasses. Glasses that make the air look angry when worn, even when sound asleep.
Hoo. Hoo-hoo. Hoo.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Phew, what a rush.
Alright, sir. I have materials to sell. There. Tenebrous Staff. A rod based on a staff used by a powerful figure in ancient times. Its unique shape accumulates evil energy, which some believe causes disaster. Noted. Still buying it. So let's see, the poison charm. We only have one antidote rock. That thing's worth a lot. How much is a peach shell? 1,200. I'll buy one of these.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Yeah, we need to camp.
Aw, who's a good boy? Wait, why am I petting you?
Dark mark? Makes it easier to detect when making contact with enemy icons. I don't get it.
Done. This is sure to give the others...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Brightness filters.
I do believe it's about time that I retire.
You're not that old.
Shall we get moving?
Yes, let's see. Did you get a lure that is good for a different type of fish?
Now, where might those fish
This is
be?
good for the piranhas.
Yeah! All right.
Hopefully this is the correct one.
That's not a fish I see often.
I see you've gotten even better at this.
It wasn't what I was looking for. Looking for piranhas.
Oh,
I just have no idea which one is which.
I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
You tamed a real
Catfish.
beast.
Still know what I'm looking for, but I'll take it.
Ha! Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
You
Yeah,
sure know
that's
what
more
you're
like it.
doing.
You did catch a few fish here, though. Those big boys are more trouble than they're worth. Everything else is worth a shot at, though.
It's on!
I shall ensure you survive this.
I can carve through armor! Finish! Devastation! Resonate with the earth! Lunarongo! Stalagmite! First strike!
Water, hear my call!
Take this! Super Mine!
Grace of skill! Here's evil!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze laser!
It's over! You're mine! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together!
Like a finely timed waltz.
Lunarongo!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Hello.
Gotta break
Oh,
through!
Boston joined yet?
Water, hear
Easter!
my call!
First strike!
Here's evil!
Severing Wind!
Freeze
Here I
laser!
come! Can you take it? Eat this! Lunarongo! I'll tear you apart!
Laser spear!
I'm
Here's
on
evil!
you! Escape! Glimmer Dragon! It's over! Just getting started! I'm ready! Ready? Get on!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Right, next one!
Already on it! Blue Escape! Sword Rain Alpha! It's over!
Do it!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
Get lost!
You're mine! Talon Sword! Dragon Swarm! Severing wind! Lunar Rondo!
Resonate with the earth!
Take this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Alright, fun sidetrack over. Back to main map. And we could pick up that peach gel too.
No choice! You're mine! No further! It's over! You're mine! It's over!
Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction!
There's still more to go!
Severing wind! You're mine! Lunar Rondo! Not so fast! Resonate with the earth!
Take this!
Burn it down! It's too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Now you see what I can do! Severing wind! Elusive deity! Lightning splash! Lightning away! I'm on it! Lightning splash! Take this! Take this! Dragon Form! Elusive deity! Glimmer Blade! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Step back! This one's all law!
Let's dispose of the trash.
No further! You're finished! Win! First strike! Lunar Rondo!
Hear my call!
Stardust! First strike! Elusive deity!
I never miss!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Shion is never pointing in the direction that I want.
Done.
Dragon Form! Lunar Rondo!
Do it!
Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away!
Blade here. Here's the
Take this! Strike! Elusive deity! Lunar Rondo! I'll finish you here and now! Coming, totally! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
water. Hear my call.
Resonate with the earth! You're on!
Here's the evil.
You're mine! I'm not done!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware. First aid!
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, birds.
Get lost!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you! Now I'm real mad!
Elusive deity!
Rotating pile driver! So much for sitting this guy out.
Pesky
airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Begin! Here I come!
Dragon shell!
You're not done!
Here's the evil.
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer! This one's mine.
You're finished!
Where are you going? This one's
Take
mine.
this!
Glimmer
Lunar Rondo!
Watch this! Do it!
Blow them away!
Now!
Take this! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Glacier
Now!
Field.
You're mine! I'm not done! Stardust!
Watch this!
Lunar Rondo! It's over!
Do it!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This could be useful.
Sure, livestock.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Not done!
I'll smash you!
It's over!
Light!
You picked the wrong one! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm!
Lunar Blast! Where are you going?
Super Swallow Dance! Can you take it? I'll finish you here and now! All yours, Kisara! Stay calm.
Here I
I shall provide assistance. Eat this! Talon Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm!
It's over!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? Best not to give me any ideas.
Severing wind!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
A lot of nothing here.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'm only getting Don't mind if I do. Here goes! Hear my call!
Hitting pile driver. What's this? Burning strike!
Burning strike!
You got fire.
I've got...
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Hear my call!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Let's talk more.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Barely a blip on our radar.
So it's climbable.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Sad. There goes our bonuses.
Gotta break through. Take this. Strike. Lunar carve through armor. It's over. First strike.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Strike. Dragon swarm. Catapult. Crumble.
Leave the enemy's arc
All
free!
you hear it now. No place here. I'm not done. I'm ready. Going. In an instant. Impact block. We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Dragon
Let the
swarm.
marksman handle this!
Can you take it?
Art
Super
seal!
swallow dance. Talent core. Here I come.
with
I'm not done. You're mine. Dragon swarm. Going. In an instant. Impact block. We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
So, where does this go? The Aden Ruins. Not. Oh, we are in the Aden Ruins. Okay.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
We can continue on this way till we reach the
Get lost!
campfire, because more than likely there'll be a place where we can take a break.
Negative gate.
Here's evil! Where are you going?
Here I come. Take this. I'm not done. Anything in armor is not done. Can you take it? I'm not. Do it.
Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life. Now.
How's this? Mega Ray!
Mirage. Soaring Alpha.
Here goes!
Your armor won't save you. Elusive deity. Getting pile driver. I'm ready. Hey! Blow them away.
How's that?
Not a chance.
Acceptable.
I'm not done.
Radiant Super
Dragon swarm.
Glacial
I kind of like how these wolves
Am I on a roll
took
or
that
what?
incredibly
Look
inaccurate
who's
alpha
in a
attack.
bright and shiny mood.
Chamomile greatly raises penetration when used.
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue. Similar to that windmill, for instance.
Retreat if you know what's good
Oh, look
for
what we
you.
got.
No further. Severing wind. Take this. Lunarongo.
It's like trying to keep up with the wall.
Mirage.
I'm out
You're
of arrow.
finished.
I'm all stopped up.
Take this. You're finished. This one's all mine. Dragon Form. Eat this.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the trouble is
Dragon
me.
Form.
Ringwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. Take
My turn.
Graviton Field. Eagle Fly. Let them mark
Severing
me.
wind. Lunarongo.
Resonate with the earth!
Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Thank goodness we won.
Here's your bud. There you are. It's a lower level. We'll check that in a second. First things first, we gotta get the bird. Hey, bird. Nice extra set of wings. Angel wings. Soft, fluffy wings that attest to the wearer's pure soul, letting them fly wherever their heart desires.
Maybe some.
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Flame.
Armor won't sink. I'll finish you here and now.
Leave the agile ones to me.
Take this.
It's on! Dragon
Whirlwind
Swarm!
Snap.
Do it.
Blow them away!
How's that?
Now! Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation. Hear me. Flame of Fury.
I'll tear you apart.
Ignite!
Begin. Take this.
Doesn't matter how fast you are if you don't get a chance to attack.
Blow them away!
You can use martial arts too?
Am I overstepping my bounds?
No backing down. Eat this. Begin.
Okay.
A new melody. Eagle Fly. Whirlwind Snap.
Amazing.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again.
Subsurface Mirage. A fish-shaped lure best used beneath the surface. It tricks prey by posing as a weakened fish. Well, I guess we'll see what's in the other hole now. I assume they were connected, maybe by a winding path or something.
Guess I misread the landing.
Nope. Just a box. Ice cream recipe. A sweet made by freezing milk and eggs. Though perfect in hot weather, there is something to be said for having it on cold days, too. It's all the sugar. It's addicting. I wouldn't know.
I need something to eat.
What's down this well? Rock.
I won't forget. forgive you!
Here I come!
Here!
Lunar Rondo! First strike!
Resonate with the earth!
Magna Ray! Annihilation!
You're mine!
Magna
I'm
Ray!
not done!
Eagle Fly!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm on a roll,
Flying
Dragon
freeze!
Swarm!
Why can't they just sit still?
I'm ready! Continue. All yours, Kisara.
Now!
All the enemies have too much HP. You can't just kill them easily with these combos.
Impact Block!
Step back! This one's all law!
There we go. Now it's a little bit entertaining. I love weird, endlessly falling loops like that.
No choice! Here I come! I'm not done!
Can't get out of
Finish it! Lunar Rondo!
Eagle
It's
Fly!
all
Mine!
you hear it now! You escape! Dragon Swarm!
On your knees.
Water!
Pesky
Water!
airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a
Stay
job
calm.
for yours
I shall
truly!
provide assistance.
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Mirage! First strike! Tornado Hurricane! You escape!
Do it!
Meanwhile, light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Okay, it's been a while since we've seen your kind.
Get lost!
Bristmillo.
Ignite!
I'll tear you apart!
That
Freaking does it! If it curls up, time to get out of the way!
Talon Hurricane!
Far enough! Get back in there to
Charge like that could
Glad
easily
you
be
have your
fatal.
uses.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Lunar Rondo! Eagle Fly!
I'm in your deck.
That freaking does it!
You're my...
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Dragon
Here's
Swarm!
a healing art! First aid! Water!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Block!
We work well together.
There you
Finely timed waltz.
Dragon Swarm! Wind! Hurricane! Here I come! Wind! Catapult! Stardust!
Nothing gets by me!
I'm not done!
Resonate with the
You're
earth.
mine!
On
It's
your
over!
I shall ensure you survive
You
this.
escape! Dragon Swarm!
I'll smash you! I'm just getting started!
It's over!
Everlasting darkness.
Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Wasn't there a whole other one over there? We rolled off to the edge of the map.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
There's something in the water.
More fish.
Where should I cast my line?
A hawksbill trout. Violently vibrating lure, shaking strong enough to draw out fish that live deep underwater.
Reel it in.
And I also figured out what the YA stuff is. It's the pattern that you have to hit the buttons in order to properly attract that kind of fish.
Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
Alright, let's see what else we got. Emerald salmon, lesser peruku, and aquatal arowana. Arowana.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
Oh, this one also attracts emerald salmon. It's YY. Oops. Get over here.
There we go. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Oh, it's a small one? How can you even tell? Because I know I can't. Oh, let's see. A and X.
Now where might those fish be? Yeah.
This isn't the right kind of fish.
You've got to know when to quit.
AX. Still the wrong kind of fish.
Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
That was what I was looking for. Okay. We caught all the fish that we're able to properly lure, so good to me.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Ruins that once belonged to Dana are now brimming with beasts from Rena. But this scenery is about as Danon as it gets. If you say so, buddy. I have no money. Now I do have money. See, so we got the hard spherical shell for his new nucleus. An upgraded fire starting system now produces even deadlier flames to gruesome results. Craft and equip. Let's see, in addition, he can make his Arum longsword. A golden longsword that dazzles with each swing. Not intended to be a weapon, it was originally forged to flaunt the owner's abundant wealth and power. And she can get her upgraded shield, Feline Bastion. A shield that houses the spirit of a cute black cat. So devoted is the cat to its master that it's willing to literally shield them from danger. First, we need to get the money. We need another hard spherical shell from those rolling enemies. Gotcha.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Now we can fast travel back to that one other area that we have a point on, right?
The vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling of the wind.
Yeah, I noticed
It
that
should
too.
be easy to dry our laundry out here.
I can't tell if these two are actually having a conversation or what.
They're just talking, and it just so happens to result in
Looks
somewhat
perfect and tastes
legible dialogue.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
You go ahead and sleep. I'm going to grab another bite to eat first. Morning. Ready to head out?
If we go back here, we can fast travel there. Put those monsters I should probably kill for more materials. All in good faith, right?
No escape! Not today! Take this! Here I come!
Their hide is thick as armor.
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial spear.
I never miss.
Split it open! Be my guest! Begin! Raining Elusive Escape! I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara.
Not right! I'm on it! There you go!
Another incantation ruined.
This one's all mine! Strike! I'll finish you here! I'll take you! Elusive Deity! Attack time! Sword Rain Alpha!
Rotating pile driver.
Strike! Storm! Dragon! I'm ready! Hey! Blow them away! Now! Take this!
Acceptable.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Come on!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I know fine weapon
Perfect.
material when I see it.
Now we can head back to here.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Side path, let's go. A lot of weird lights. Esteluva Forest. Ah. I see. This is where we're supposed to be going.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Fortress ruins ground level. Nah, we're going back. We're seeing what lies ahead.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
The elevator seems to be offline. Time well spent.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Alright, let's see what we can fund ourselves with. Increase boost gauge from enemy downs. Yeah, getting more boost gauge is very good. I should be grabbing those whenever I can. Hey, improved healing arts, yeah. Increase boost gauge. Meal cooked, roasted chicken. I can't even remember which one roasted chicken even was. I guess I'll have to keep that in mind.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
How many items we got? We got 12 life bottles. I'm hoping that'll suffice for moving through here. Looks like the elevator's stuck. Damn. What the hell did the Renans do to it? We're not getting out of here unless we find a way around it. Why don't we look around and see if there's anything useful? A wise idea. Perhaps we'll find another way down. Alright, that alright with you, Shion? Sure. Investigate Fortress Ruins underground area. Down we go. I doubt it, but yeah, you wouldn't be able to jump over to there. It's not that kind of game.
There.
Definitely not that kind of game. Oh, hello.
Coming through!
Here I come! Not today!
Radiant!
Your flash! Here I come!
On your knees!
Dragon form!
Let me help!
Ripping tear!
I really owe you one.
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open! Be my guest!
I'm on a roll now.
Here I come!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
You're finished!
I'll heal you all.
You're mine! Can you Dragon form! I owe you one! Dragon form! Armor won't save you! I'm ready! Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Acceptable.
Dragon form!
Reload!
On your knees.
Water, hear my call.
First strike! Here I come! Crop down! It's over!
Now I'm in the groove.
Dragon form!
Incantation ruined.
I'll
Swallow dance! Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle!
Thanks! Dragon Swarm! I'll tear you apart! I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Not a chance!
Leave the chargers to me!
Don't win! Super well! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Easy easy. Ha hoodle.
Ooh, rocks.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Eating pile driver! Take this! Take this!
There!
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Crescent Fly!
We got fire!
I'm stuck! Let a barbarian handle it! Leave the enemy's arc!
All yours! You're on! You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Not on my watch!
I'll thank you! You're mine! The armor won't save you! I'm not coming! Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Sion! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Right, next one!
There we go.
Already on! You're on! You're mine! Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I've been doing really great lately.
Work. A couch that looks completely out of place here. Was it for a lord? Collection of old experiment implements. Someone's been keeping mementos. Yeah. Ooh, money. Collection of literature pertaining to astral arts across multiple fields of research. And so he found the Lord's study. Looks like the generator to an elevator. Turn on the generator? Yeah. The elevator can now stop on the surface as well as B3 and B4. So, B3 we go. One floor at a time. Quite a good method for delaying intruders, that's for sure.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
Ooh, a variety room.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Begin. Now or never.
Here I come! You're mine! This one's all mine! Try my turn!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Please sounds like a job for me. Truly.
No complaints here! Dragon Swarm! Burn! Resonate with the earth!
Prepare to be sealed.
Dragon Swarm!
Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
You're finished! Attack time! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! First strike! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Here I come! No escape!
I really owe you one.
Your help me has become a pattern. Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Aside from the names, they all look the same to me, too. Yes. Funny.
What's this thing?
They're remnants of machinery with no clear purpose. Long since inactive. Bring it.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Where are you going?
Come and face me! You're finished! Eat this! Elusive deity! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Blow them away! Flying free! Why can't they hold it still? Can you take
Just as well I'm here to stop them. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You picked the wrong fight!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
I'm on a roll now.
You're so fun!
All good things come to an end.
In an instant! Impact block! Now!
Lunar
You're
blast!
mine!
Back into the fray!
Smash you! You're finished!
Annihilation! This one's mine! Do it!
In an instant! Impact block! My turn! Strike!
Resonate with the
You're
earth!
finished!
Only getting
You're
started!
mine! Sword Ray out!
Do it!
Eagle Star! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! I still got a
Smooth
ways to
combat.
go!
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought.
Protectoring. Ring the Roosters damage for taking physical attacks. Always best in battles where both sides are trading blows up close with weapons or fists. Noted.
No backing down! No escape! I'm on top! Dragon Swarm!
Hard shield!
You're mine! I'm not done! Take this! No escape!
Not on my watch! Take it!
Lunar Rondo! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
I'm ready! Training's paying off!
No complaints from me.
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason.
Activate generator. Now we can go to B2, I'm guessing. Why do you need multiple generators to go to specific floors? I get it, it's some JRPG dungeon logic, but it's still kind of stupid. I can understand, like, turning off some kind of locking mechanism that's stopping us from going to the
It
floors,
would
but
appear
we're just
we can
turning
descend
generators
down
on.
The railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
How long has it been since I last went this hungry? By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Dahnan ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
Not calm, just thinking logically.
Coming through.
Here I come! I'll smash you!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Take this!
See what happened there is you crossed me.
So much for sitting this fight out.
Oh, back in there to you picked the wrong...
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
On no chance! No escape! Lunarongo!
Freeze Lancer.
Resonate with the earth.
Do it.
Rinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Didn't even break a sweat.
Wonder how much those shells are worth. Lizard fins. A fin harvested from a reptilian Zoogle. It contains toxins powerful enough to induce a coma state just by touching it. Good thing most of us are wearing some kind of gloves, right? Right?
No backing down!
It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
A charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well I'm here to stop. Far enough.
Another incantation ruined.
Glacial Spear.
Don't suffer in
Do it.
Chisora! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Not a chance! Crush! Burn in hell!
Glimmer Dragon. Eagle Assault.
Dragon Floor!
Do it.
More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Gotta break through! Take this!
Take this!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Shout!
Not in your dreams!
Elusive Deity!
Hitting Wildfire! I'll smash you! Blind freak! Look at the
Prepare to be sealed. Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
More appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
They got me flushed on!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Right, next one!
Elusive Deity!
Already on! Hitting
Lunarongo!
Now another.
Glimmer Dragon!
No further!
Eagle
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! Not a chance!
There.
I'm not done! Lunarongo! Our weapons are the sword and...
Fists and...
Staff.
And you ruined it.
Magical tunic. A long one-piece dress knitted with special threads. Something that discerning astral arts users can apparently tell when they don it.
Hey, new equipment!
You, Shion.
An opponent like this should be easy. With the earth! Burn in hell!
Far enough.
Dragon!
Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
I can carve through armor!
No escape!
Radiant
Win!
First strike! Now I'm in the groove! Resonate with the earth! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn! Strike! Try harder! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! It's time! Do it! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Bed. Somebody just left an orange gel in the bed. Some sheets filled with complex diagrams and symbols related to astral arts are strewn about. We've exhausted all there is on this floor.
Guess I misread the landing.
So I technically chose the correct path on the first try. Nice. Too bad we have to go the other way to find everything
Here
else.
goes! No escape! You're finished! You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle!
This death. Leave the ensnaring to me.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm ready! Radiant force!
Now you see what I can do!
It's so easy for him to enter overlimit and get his first start.
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
He's the only one that's like
There's
consistently
still
getting
more
it.
to go!
Double me! In an instant!
Impact block!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
I shall ensure you survive this.
You're mine!
Here I go!
Strike!
I'm only getting started! Confiscated! Our expert coming through! Here's my call!
Severing wind! Ignite! Take this!
Not evil dreams!
You got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Do it! Sweet astral energy!
Say no more! My turn! Dragon
Over
Blade!
here!
Lunarongo! Do it! Down!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
We got the advantage! Ready!
Good.
Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because claws on!
I'm not done!
Deity!
Our expert coming through! Hear my
finished.
call!
Dragon Swarm!
Burning!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Some red stuff.
What's this thing?
Raises defense. Adorable.
Let's see what you've got.
Now you see what I can do! In a bind,
Burning strike! Water!
Dragon Swarm!
Benediction light.
I never miss!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our hands.
Yes, ma'am!
Denied! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
swarm!
One more!
I'm on it!
Rolling field!
Raining
The
damage!
tide of battle has turned.
That's the power of comrades in arms!
Right. Comrades in arms.
Coming through!
Perfect time.
Mount! Scarlet Inferno! Elusive deity! Take this! Strike!
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
That's quite the technique.
You need me? I'm there.
Some more hard spherical shells. Mutated hide harvested from an armadillo. Portable, robust, and sharp. Can be fashioned into a weapon with minimum fuss. A record of an experiment that used Zoogles. Something about it gives you the chills. Ooh, a thing. What a mess. Looks as though it was abandoned in a panic. Elevator seems to be offline. So what? Am I stuck here then? Stuck here? Why was there horse meat in that small cage? Horse meat doesn't fit in that. And I just missed this elevator. Man. Foolish. The elevator can now stop at all floors. So we just need to go up one and drop down. Easy. As long as I can remember which end I have to jump down to. It was this one.
Guess I misread the landing. There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zoogles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
Hi, Big Zool.
That can't be.
Look out! We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Did Bayfog lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey, save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing.
Win!
I'm just getting started.
Blew away! Aim for the weak spot.
Eat this.
Blew away!
Whirlwind snap.
Roaring.
This one's mine.
Smash you. I'll face you.
I can handle it. I'm out watching.
Severing wind!
Annihilation. Mega ray. This one's mine.
Take Bolero. Here.
My turn now. You'll pay for that! Ignite!
I'm only getting started.
Blew away!
Annihilation.
Raining strike!
You're done.
Blew away!
Now you're talking.
Now!
There we go.
It's wheeling!
Take it down.
Here and now.
I'm not done! You're mine! I'm not done! Blew away!
I'll heal you all.
I'm on it.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Another incantation ruined.
Steering blade.
Ready and ready.
I'm not done!
Hear my call.
Critical time.
Try harder! No, you can't! I'm not done! It's over!
Hear my call.
Now you see what I can do. First strike.
Blew away!
Searing blue!
Can't get out of
If
this!
it's in the sky, it's mine! Annihilate target down! Where are you going?
Amazing.
Right up the butt.
Not today!
I'm on it! Searing blue!
Begin! Take this!
You won't mind if I do!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Hurricane Thrust!
Negative state!
Blew away! Storm! Raining!
Watch yourself!
Anything in
I
armor
sense
is
incredible
all mine!
power.
Here I come! My turn! Try harder!
That move!
Here comes the big one!
Glimmer Flash will! Flare
All focus here and now!
I'll let you all down. I couldn't make...
Mood of war.
it in time.
Oh, that's not good.
No further! It's wide open!
It won't escape me.
Blow away! Heal! Raining slash! Shattering escape!
Pieces! There! Go! Where are you going?
Burn!
Armor won't save! I'm just getting started!
Raining slash!
Eat this!
Blow away!
Dragon shout!
Raining slash!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Just getting started! Astral energy!
Say no more! This one's all mine!
It's in your hands.
Stay away from my friends! I'm not done!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Here I come!
Resuscitation!
Blow away!
Lightning!
Raining
I was overconfident.
I'm not...
That freaking does it! I'm out! Resuscitation!
Talent Storm!
Absolute chaos right now. Everything's falling apart. You're doing so well, dude.
Can't be happening!
Forgive me. This is my fault. I'm grateful.
Blow away! Take this! Blow away!
Here goes!
Strike! Here I come!
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more power.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
It's on!
In a bind?
I'm just getting started!
Take it away!
I'm almost impressed.
That range coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. Wow, I'm impressed.
It was nice while it lasted. Ready to go! I'm on it!
Shattering!
Attack time!
Blow away!
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision! I'll grind you into dust!
Another life bottle down the drain.
Can't end here!
This one's mine! It's weakened!
This ends now! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niez.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap. Remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Dahnan Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Niez.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alphen.
I'll just, leave you two alone.
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that Lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Niez for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Dahnans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Dahnans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
Gonna head back here and talk to the fisherman guy. In addition, we can potentially
Looks
get more
like
fish.
we made it here in one piece. A fish! You saw it too, right?
Let me see how many types of fish you caught. 5, huh? Here, let me give you a little something. Portly Mudslinger, a rotund lure that mimics mud-swimming fish. Supposedly, to a fish's eyes, it looks delectable. Here's how many types of fish you caught. 10, huh? Let me give you a little something. Novice Tackle, a fishing rod for beginners. With no real quirks to speak of, it's perfect for learning the ropes. Neat. Look who it is. Let's see.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
Let's see. Pond tilapia. A and Y.
Time to try a different spot.
Yeah, we got the wrong fish.
There we go.
This is much better.
We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Next up, Menensian catfish. Can we catch it? No. Talca trout?
Now where might those fish be?
Nope. Just checking to see if, for whatever reason, there's like differences. Forget where the fishing spot was. Pretty sure there was one around here. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't hurt to catch more fish. We'll get titles and stuff.
You finally made it.
And also, making chicken.
Want something to munch on, Hoodle?
Here it is, roasted chicken.
That turned out good, if I do say so myself.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
Very smoked chicken.
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is.
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too.
No, boy.
Oh, crap. The spice is burned. Well, at least the meat's coming along nicely. All right. Now I just flip it over, and then...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion, perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Oh, hey.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
He has no memories.
It's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No, when I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay.
Here we go. Infernal Tongue. Oh, he got his recover skill. Awesome. Ooh, you can get KO prevention. Anything good for him? We could reduce the awakening requirements again. Let's go with the boost gauge, though. Boost gauge increase. I'll save up for the faster AG recovery. Meal cooked ice cream. I'll see if I can get those immediately. If there's any other ones that we can get. Okay.
Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Time to make some ice cream over a fire.
Guess I'll polish up my sword.
Reduces effect, but boosts duration.
Good food is the best kind of magic. This ice cream tastes so good.
I swear, you're always having ice cream, even when it's freezing cold out.
And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
Trigger Connoisseur. Aqueous Surge. Yours around windmill that explode on contact. Neat.
Shall we get moving?
Yep, right over here.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
So, what's on the menu? Polar bass, Navira piranha.
I hope we catch
armored
something decent.
sturgeon.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this.
That's a
Everything looks fine with the lure.
nope for here.
All right, let's do.
And where was the other one? The Cave of Solitude, yes. You could actually check to see if we have any new fish here.
We've reached our destination.
Amber mackerel, coral flatfish.
Wouldn't it be
Lacerta
easier
salmon.
to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish.
Alright, so we got YY.
There we go. That's not a fish I see often.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dana.
Alright. Amber mackerel, next on the list. Can we even catch it? Nah. Coral flatfish. Here we are.
Hey,
And
what do
it's
you think about
YX.
that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. I've got a good feeling about this one.
I wonder what exactly the cut-in means for this fish. Is it like particularly big, maybe?
I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Oh, yeah!
So the amber mackerel is YY, but I don't think we have good lures for it. Oh no, we do. Nice. You can get all the fish.
Reel it in.
Even a purpose to pressing the A button
She's
to
got a
reel it in.
good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be...
I already know what the result is going to be. Did this man actually get new clothes yet?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay, I'm genuinely curious. Is there, like, something specific you have to do? Or do you literally have to wait till, like, the end game? I'm getting tired of seeing that side quest on my list. Hey, look. First thing that shows up. For the sub quest to be completed, you'll need to progress through the game until you defeat the 5th Lord and return to Cyslodia. So it's just annoying that it's there on your list and there's nothing you could do about it. What you got for me? Red Black Wolf Vest. A suave black and red outfit designed for martial arts practitioners with an accompanying wolf head that gleams with a black luster. And outfit designed for martial arts practitioners. A calm green hue mysteriously gives the wearer the air of a master fighter. And a wolfless vest. An outfit designed for martial arts practitioners. It's lighter without Law's trademark wolf head, but feels far more lifeless in comparison. Crimson Hairpin. A crimson hairpin shaped like a butterfly that spruces up the wearer's looks with a pleasant flower near their face. Silver hairpin. Let's see, when paired with Rinwell's black hair, it shines like a star in the night sky. Dark blue hairpin. Pairs well with mellow, subdued outfits.
Looks like we got another reward.
I didn't realize that so many still remained. Danon owls truly are majestic indeed.
I thought the Danon owls had all but died out myself. That's what I get for making assumptions.
Just so we're clear, this place is supposed to be a secret.
Yes, I'm aware. Places like these should be kept out of the public eye.
It's a pity, though. With proper training, they could be made into a magnificent chorus.
What are they hooting about now?
Alphen and Xion can interpret for us, right?
Huh? Oh, no, I mean, it was just a lucky guess last time.
Yeah? Maybe you'll be lucky twice. Go on, give it a shot.
Really? Well, if you say so. Let's see. Listen to them. Are they really up to the task?
What do you mean? You're the one who put them in charge.
It's my responsibility to protect our friends.
Stop trying to take everything upon yourself.
This is what the owls are saying?
Of course.
I must say, though, we've found quite a number of owls. It's a testament to how much you care for Hootle, Rinwell.
I wonder which branch Hootle will perch on.
Rinwell?
Oh, nothing. Don't mind me. Well, come on. The perches are only half filled. We've got to find the rest of the owls.
Discover a large number of owls. So that's what it looks like.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Going to the plaza to watch Dadine's victory speech, aren't you? I'll pass. I'm just not in the mood for it. What are you talking about? Today's your only chance to witness history. I might even drag out old Almira just for kicks. What, they have her? But you came from outside Magzar, looking for some weapons? If you can make it for us. Although I highly doubt you can. We need valuable astral crystals. Tilapia. Alertness. Penetration plus 120. So the 4 rarity ones have really good abilities on the bottom one there. And I believe they can get to level 5, right? Here we got one. We got an interesting one. Attack plus 60. I honestly see no reason to get it. Nice even 10.
You can never be too prepared.
Why do I have to be standing guard over here? I should be with everyone else celebrating.
But did we have to spend so much?
You guys are going to keep watch here while Dadime gives his victory speech. There's always a chance Almidra's remaining fortress could try and strike to take her back from us, and we can't let that happen. So they have her captured? Okay. That explains why we didn't find her. So we just went on a wild goose chase for a little bit.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord. The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city, so I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
The girls are one ally in this town.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadeye has in store for Almadria. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech.
Stay at the end until victory speech. Dime's a real hero if you ask me. He's a man you can actually depend on, unlike your sad excuse for a Danon I see there. Well, now we don't have to run any windmills on days where there's no wind blowing. I never thought I'd see the day. I just wish my parents could be here to enjoy it with me. Good thing we got Almydra when we did. I heard she used to turn slaves into Zoogles. Seriously creepy stuff. What? Turn people into Zoogles? That doesn't sound too fun. I hear we're gonna make a big feast of all the food and drinks that those stupid Bright Eyes work for themselves. Can't wait. I'm gonna eat and drink like I never had before. Good news, Deadeye, the leader of the Dark Wings, he finally found that slime Almydra and hauled her ass in. Place over there is locked. I wonder what they plan on doing with Almydra now that they found her. There's no way they're going to let her live, though. Whatever they do, I hope they make sure she suffers for where they put her out of her misery. Put her in our shoes for a change. I'm sure Deadeye's going to announce what he plans to do with Almydra. I bet it's going to be good. I'm not going to miss it for anything. Deadeye's going to give a big speech in the plaza. I'm so excited. Feels like there's a new era for Malak-Sars coming. It's going to be great. I can only imagine what he plans on doing with Almydra. We might have captured Almydra, but our work is just beginning. We have a new realm to build. I wish Deadeye would hurry up and give his victory speech already. The entire realm's on the edge of their seats. Finally managed to capture Almydra. That should shut anyone up who's still talking bad about Deadeye and behind his back. Burn this image into your stupid brain so you don't forget who runs this realm. last. After all this time, I can finally see my son's murderer brought to justice. That's right. She's gonna pay for everything she's done to Dana with her life. I really don't see why we still need any guards posted. Who's else going to attack us at this point? Make that bitch pay for every second of torture she's ever put us through. Yeah, she's gonna wish she died instead of getting captured after what she sees what's in store for her. Forge a new future for this realm, led by our one and only Dime. I'll follow him to the ends of Dana, no matter what it takes. We finally nabbed the Mydra. If anyone could catch her, I knew it was Dime. All hail the Dark Wings! Everyone's so scary. What's going on? All our trust in Dime is finally paying off. Sure is. It's a new beginning for our realm. Such a historic day. I wanted to come out and watch too, but unfortunately I can't leave my post. I said something that pissed off Dime earlier, so instead of going out to the plaza, I got put on guard duty. My cousin's out there fighting dragons, but what do I get? Guard duty.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said...
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?
How come we got taken off plaza security? Why don't we get to watch Dime's victory speech with everyone else? I don't think it's just us. Anyone who's had bad things to say about the Dimes being kept out, from the looks of it. But it's not fair. We fought hard to liberate Mahagsar too. Let's talk to Bayfin. Maybe he can do something to help. Yeah, he already got ran out. So I guess the Dark Wings have some big announcement they're going to share in the plaza. They're just looking to cement their own power over Mahagsar. Go if you like, but count me out. No thanks. I think they have more important stuff to keep themselves busy. This side of town seems to be surprisingly normal so far. Never mind. I plan on laying low until this crazy commotion calms down. I don't want anything to do with it whatsoever. Did you hear? Guess I finally caught on Hydra. But the Dime's going to be even more full of himself after this. You kids come along with me to the plaza. We're going to celebrate together as a realm for the first time ever. There's going to be lots of yummy food to have there too. It'll be a blast. Hey, that sounds like fun. I want to go. I want to hear the Darkwings caught that big bad lord. I want to go too. You can meet Dime, the hero of Mahagsar. Good old-fashioned indoctrination. Gotta start while they're young. Dime finally caught on Mydra at last. I always knew he'd get her sooner or later. That's what makes him a hero to Danans everywhere. He does the impossible time after time. I wonder if they'll let me keep this flag. I finally captured all Mydra in the flesh. I'm gonna smash this statue to pieces. We should go with a new statue of the Dime here. It'll be a fitting symbol of our changing realm. I've never been able to own much in my life, so I don't even know where to begin here. What to choose. I think I'm going to be too busy to come down to the plaza. I'll have to ask my buddy how it all went later. Okay, fast travel to the inn.
We've reached our destination.
If you don't have anything to do until Dime's victory speech, you should wait here. I'll give you a room to use in the meantime. Once it's time for the big event, I'll come get you all. Still things to do. Come talk to me if you need anything. Yeah, we're ready to go. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be like either a public execution or him claiming the
These
Master
must be
Core
the
for
Danans
himself.
the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The city might be in ruins. The people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfon said Deadime would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
Well...
Ooh. Anime cutscene.
Is that? Yes. It's Lord Almadria Kynaris.
Please stop. No good can
Chimeras?
come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Is this supposed to be justice?
I heard just light her up already in the background there.
Astral energy? Why now?
You don't think that...
The fruit of Helgen.
Don't do it! No!
I cannot say that's what I was expecting.
Just...
And of course the Lord still lives.
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
I found you at last. I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dana? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinwell!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Rinwell.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you!
There was literally no reason to block that. We're here to do a thing anyways.
What did you... Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
Even so, sorry. I'm afraid that I can't let you do that. No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinwell. I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people!
Lord is being so nice, just watching this play out.
Why did you... Why, Ela?
Is your little show quite finished?
Are you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed. For that, you deserve a reward. I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor.
Oh, hello.
Rearranging my theater to form new hellish compositions. That is what I do best.
Yep.
Now go!
That's where the Chimera-ish name comes in.
Law, I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
Luna Rondo! Soaring blast!
Here!
I'm just getting started!
I'll heal you
Aim
all!
for the weak spot.
Eat it! I'll tear you apart!
Glacial Spear!
Good!
Orange Tail!
Watch this!
Try harder. My turn.
Here I come!
Now. This one's all mine.
Whirlwind snap!
Storm. Eat them.
Talon Hurricane!
Ready?
Watch this!
Another incantation.
Take this!
I'm out.
Dragon Shell! Blew away!
Can you take it?
Ready, clap! Blew away!
Some punishment?
Stay away from my friend!
Super swallow dead.
No! I'll finish you here! Get here! Come on! Smash you! I'll finish you here and now!
Where are you going?
Win!
Eagle assault!
Can't move!
Flame of fury!
Dragon Shell!
Here's eagle assault!
Resuscitation!
Benediction
Touch the
light.
dust!
Benediction light.
Win!
Lightning!
Heal! Murarogo!
Radiant pierce!
Sword Rain Alpha! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon hurricane! I'm knocked up! It's over!
Swallow dance! By the power of water!
I'm just getting started! You're mine! Try harder! Attack! You're mine! Ready! Blow away!
Now we're not
Ready! Blast!
elusive
Blow
deity.
away!
Radiant
Soaring blast!
In a bind.
Super swallow dance!
Mega
Blow away! This one's all mine!
Benediction light.
Now!
Searing
Take
flame!
it!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Ready! Blast! Swallow dance! Blow away!
I'll heal you all!
Ready! Blast!
Benediction
Bronze
light.
and
Not
red!
now!
Mega
Not
Red,
ever!
where are you going?
Allow me to help you.
Ignite!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
You're
Critical
critical!
spear! Here's evil!
Blow away! Win!
Freeze lancer!
You're mine!
I'll heal you all!
Blow away! Ready!
Healing circle!
I'll grind you into dust! Blow away!
I really owe you one.
That tail's a problem.
Then let's focus there first.
Glimmer dragon!
Benediction light.
Here I come! I'll finish you! Any more of this and I'll burn out! Super swallow! Ready! Blast!
No further.
Much more do we have to deal with?
This
Break its tail.
Try harder! Now! Swallow dance!
Now I'm in the groove.
I owe you one. I'll tear you apart! Ready! Blast!
I can carve through armor.
Blow away! Ready!
What's this?
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! On your changing tactics!
There's no telling what it'll do. Stay focused!
Here we go. I've let you all down. My fault. Take this. Take this.
Rolling snap! Swallow dance! You're mine! I'm not done!
I'm just getting started.
Dragon Swarm!
Dust the dust.
Talon Sword!
Elusive deity.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Annihilation!
Ha! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Blazer spear!
Smash you! I'll finish you here and now! Dragon Blazer! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
I never miss!
Negative gate. Resonate with the earth.
Water, hear my call!
Try hard,
Take
Monster!
this.
Red! Here! Flame
Now!
of fury!
This is some punishment.
You'll pay for that!
My call!
Here I come! Strike! Can't move! This should do it! Raining Win!
Flame of fury!
You're mine!
Water, hear my call!
Everlasting dark.
Double D!
Negative gate.
Far enough! First
Resonate with the earth.
No! Can't end here! No!
Take
Take
this.
Talon Storm!
Resonate with the earth.
Such a failure. I couldn't make it in time.
Everlasting dark. Negative shade. Resonate with the earth. Raining slap. Blow away. Raining slap. Tear you apart. Here I come. Burning strike.
Here's the evil.
Blow away.
With the marksman.
Blow away. Raining slap.
I've been trying this whole time to break that stupid tail, and it's not broken yet.
This one's mine.
Stalagmite. Raining slap.
It's over.
Blow away. I'm on it. Raining slap.
I'll let you all down. I can't lose.
Resonate with the earth. Blow away.
This can't be happening.
Try hard. My turn. Air pressure.
What was I thinking?
Over.
That was a misplay on my part.
Take this. Try hard. Not a chance. Anything in order. Negative J. Forgive me. Try harder. Take this. Try harder. My turn.
I'll bring you back from death.
Raining slash. Blow. It's on. Burn in hell. Blow away. For the wicked. Raining slash. Everlasting darkness. Negative J. Blow away. Resonate with the earth. Raining slash. I'll let you all down. Raining slash. Blow away. Vanquish soul with life. Raining slash. Resuscitation. Blow away. I'm not done. Try harder.
Being interrupted.
Try hard. My turn. I'll blind you into nothing. Raining slash. Blow away. Try hard. Not a chance. Here I come. I'm not done. Now I'm in the groove. Take this. Raining slash. What? No further. Blow away. Try harder. My turn. On your mark. I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Hopefully we don't have to fight
Is everyone all right?
a second boss in a row.
But Almadria got away.
We got
Ridwell,
destroyed
are
right
you-
there.
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside this city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back.
In the wind?
What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almadria's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind.
Yeah, I was just thinking. the
It's
fruit of
clear
Helgen,
now that she
it's
used
gotta be
Menancia
Kelzelik.
as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balsef and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almadria makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this, once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, Think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almadria, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almadria's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almadria has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almadria without me. I need to be there. Please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live. Without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Beifan, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there. A floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing. But now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go.
To the west. Intervener. More AG for law.
What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
Pursuing Almadria.
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah.
Rinwell's vendetta.
My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almadria who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dahnan mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Dahnan?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
plenty of lives lost in the fight to free Niez, but nothing compares to what they've endured here. Oh, Deadheim. So she deliberately just laced all the food and stuff in the inner castle with the fruit. Damn. Was literally everything you took out of the castle laced with that poison? Yes. Not fair. Why did Deadheim have to die? Is that what's supposed to happen to the hero? Population is now significantly less. At least in terms of people that you can talk to. The whole thing was just one big trap laid down by Almedria, huh? Darkwing's winning, the liberation of Niez, everything. So I guess that's what we get for letting that victory go to our heads and crowning Deadheim a big hero. Got complacent and paid the price. Maybe if someone had found a way to restrain Deadheim, we could have avoided this whole tragedy. Oh, who am I to talk? I didn't try to stop anyone from going. I'm just as guilty of letting this happen as anyone else.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
My buddy died in the plaza. There's not even a body left to bury him. I didn't bother going to the plaza to celebrate our victory. Seeing everyone in such a frenzy just didn't sit right with me. But after what she did, I absolutely hate her guts with every fiber of my being. The city has become awfully lonely. I know, there used to be plenty of people around, but now it's a ghost town. Yeah, why did everyone go? Why'd they all just leave? How could everyone just die? Did we do something wrong along the way? Guess I'll just go to a campfire. Better off doing that than going to an inn. Since otherwise I'll miss some skits. Now everyone's dead. If only I had stopped them, they'd still be here right now. It's not your fault. You couldn't have known this would happen. I could never bring myself to like Deadheim, but I wouldn't wish any of that on him or his followers. That was too cruel what happened. Oh yeah. What happened? I need to buy more items. Burned through all of our peach gels, used up an orange gel. And now they're selling new armor. Having 20 is a good number for a lot of these. At least I like to think so. Nail lined with amethyst. The jewel sign with the purple hue and boasts excellent resistance against astral arts. Noted. Although it's worse than the thing that she currently has on. Don't know where she got it, but Got it. Let's see, I need like 2,000 more gold. Guess we'll lower it down to 15. I missed a guy. Damn it. Got all these homes to go around, but there's no one left in the city to live in them. Yeah, that's about right. The situation. Did Almadria plan to kill everyone all along? I know people died under her before, but this is extreme. Why would she do that? Oh no, I had a lot of friends in that plaza too, and now they're all gone. It's okay to be sad about it, but we survivors have to pull ourselves together. Still got a city to run. I think it's best to do what we set out to do, is the best way to honor and respect the memory of all we've fallen along the way. This is our fault. We were so caught up in celebrating our victory, no one even bothered to think if it was a trap. What would it cost us? It seems like Almadria took advantage of all the chaos and confusion to slip past these gates when nobody was looking. If I had to guess, she's either trying to get into the ruins past here, or she's making a run for the underground harbor. Is anybody even in here anymore? Oh, there's actually plenty of people in here. Everybody in the plaza just melted, like blocks of ice set out in the midday sun. Would that have happened to me too if I wasn't on guard and went to watch her execution? Would I be dead right now too? And if no, everyone I knew is just gone. They're all gone. My friends, my family, gone. What's happening? Why did everyone disappear? I don't know. I asked Bayfon and you wouldn't tell me anything. This whole time, Almadria had us right where she wanted us, and that's going to take a while to sink in. This can't be happening. This has to be a nightmare, right? We had to dispose of all the food and medicine that we confiscated from the Rena after we took over Niez. All that we've been able to keep are the books they recorded their knowledge in. It's back to struggling to find medicinal herbs all over again. Almost all of Deadeye's most hardcore supporters died with them in the plaza. The ones who survived were people like me who never got along with them too well. Funny how stuff works out like that sometimes, ain't it? Hidden Wharf.
We've reached our destination.
I do wish to rest.
I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too, before she can cause any more havoc.
You okay, Rinwell?
Oh, yeah.
Don't push yourself too hard now, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Oh, Hootle. I don't know what to do.
I guess we could try this one. See how it is.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
You okay, Shion? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's just...
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shion.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before.
Oh. Dialogue with
Dolim,
Dolim.
care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menencia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menencia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way.
We're now closer to Dolim.
Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Mm-hmm. How come we don't get milk when we raise cows? Yeah, we've gotten new items from this guy. I don't think we do. Yeah, he just offers like the most up-to-date junk. Alright.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
And I think this is a good place to call it for the moment. Because I am pretty tired. I'm also very hungry. Not sure if I'll be back later tonight or not. We'll see. But till then, I guess later.